The Cambodian Genocide by David Leader, Kyle Vinson, and Matt Rakowski. The Vietnam War. As many of you may know, the U.S. played a part in the Vietnam War around 1970, though the U.S. started bombing Cambodia. Richard Nixon's contribution. Richard Nixon started the bombings in Cambodia all by himself. There was no approval by Congress for these actions. Cambodia's neighbor, Vietnam. Due to the close proximity of Vietnam and Cambodia, Nixon arranged the bombings because he thought the Viet Cong were moving into Cambodia. Even though Nixon had a good reason to begin the bombings, he definitely made a bad choice bombing the innocent country of Cambodia. The bombings he had put in place were to protect South Vietnam, the very reason we entered the Vietnam War. Pol Pot, the leader of it all. Pol Pot, the man who was behind the creation of the group that took over Cambodia and mass murdered the Cambodians. The group's name was the Khmer Rouge. The Khmer Rouge. The Khmer Rouge, led by Pol Pot, was a group that overtook Cambodia and murdered millions of people in an effort to create their idea of a perfect society. How was Pol Pot influenced? Pol Pot began his studies over in France. He was actually given a scholarship to study in Paris. While over in Paris, Pol Pot was studying radio technology, but also became submerged in communist teachings, or more importantly, Maoism, aka Chinese communism. What was his goal? When the Khmer Rouge gained control of Cambodia, their plan was to implement a full farmer working society. How did the Khmer Rouge take over? The Khmer Rouge was backed by the U.S. and the South Vietnamese troops, and they stormed through Cambodia fighting North Viet Cong troops. As U.S. troops and South Vietnamese troops and the Khmer Rouge stormed through Cambodia, the Khmer Rouge was taking control over places they fought in, making it very easy for the Khmer Rouge to take over complete control of Cambodia. The executions. Many people were killed during the Khmer Rouge takeover, including many people such as doctors and police were taken out of their positions and killed. Some people that were placed in the prisons and places such as that, pictures were taken of them before their deaths, and this is all that remains. Religions persecuted. Some of the religions targeted during this genocide were Christians, Buddhists, and Muslims. In addition to the killing of these religions, many of the temples in Cambodia were destroyed during this time as well. The devastation. The Khmer Rouge efforts at attempting to make their perfect society did not come at a cheap cost. Many died. In fact, today there are estimations of 2 million people losing their lives because of this horrific incident.